In the headlines, federal government orders telcos to bar outgoing calls from unlinked SIMs. 200 passengers of Kaduna-bound train attack now safe, 22 missing, says NRC. Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo offers amnesty to IPOB factions in the state. And on the foreign scene, Zelensky accuses Russia of genocide in Ukraine. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Darshan Hussaina Usman. The federal government has ordered telecommunications operations, including MTN, Globalcom, Airtel, and Nine Mobile, to bar all outgoing calls for subscribers' identification model cards not yet linked with the national identification number, effective today, April 4, 2022. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy Issa Pantami, who announced this in a statement on Monday, said that the move was part of the implementation of the NIN SIM linkage policy of the government. The statement was jointly signed by the Directors, Public Affairs Nigerian Communications Commission, Ikechukwu Adinde, and Head Corporate Communications, National Identity Management Commission, Kayode Adegoke. The federal government had mandated telecommunications subscribers to link their SIMs with their NINs in December 2020 as part of the regime's security and social policies, but many Nigerians have faulted the effectiveness of the NIN SIM linkage, as kidnappers of Abuja-Kaduna train passengers and others still phone victims' families to demand ransom and go scot-free untraced with their NINs. In the statement released on Monday, Pantami said over 125 million SIM cards have had their NINs submitted for linkage, verification, and authentication, while NIMC has issued over 78 million NINs till date. The Nigerian Railway Corporation has said that 200 passengers who boarded the AK9 Abuja-Kaduna train that was attacked by terrorists on Monday, March 28, 2022, are currently safe in their various homes. It, however, stated that the number of missing passengers had increased to 22, while the phone numbers of 145 others were either switched off, not responding, or unanswered when called. NRC's Managing Director, Fidet Okiria, who disclosed this in a statement issued on Sunday night, also stated that 2 coaches of the bombed train had been moved to the Rigasa station. The NRC boss added that more concrete slippers were moved to the site, while some sections of twisted tracks had been straightened. He said NRC would continue to update the public on developments to prevent misleading information and falsehood. On security, at least 3 persons have reportedly been killed in a fresh attack by suspected terrorists in Safe local government area of Zamfara State. Son of Zamfara State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, DIG Mamman Safe, is among those killed. The terrorists who invaded Safe local government headquarters in Zamfara State late Sunday shot sporadically and killed Abba Mamman Safe, cutting his hands off. According to eyewitness accounts, the terrorists later proceeded to the residence of a chairman of Zamfara State Local Government Service Commission in the same town, where they also killed 2 persons. The incident, which is said to have occurred about 8:30 p.m., created panic among residents of the troubled area as they ran into the bush for safety. When contacted, the Zamfara State Police Command Public Relations Officer, Superintendent Muhammad Shehu, said police are still gathering information over what happened in the area. Arewa Consultative Forum on Monday in Kaduna cautioned the President Muhammadu Buhari-led federal government against the plan by the Kaduna State Governor, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, and other Northwest governors to hire foreign mercenaries to help fight the insurgency in the north. Governor El-Rufai, after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Villa last week, said that if the federal government fails to address the insecurity problem, governors may bring in foreign mercenaries to end terrorism. However, ACF Secretary General Malam Murtala Aliyu, in a statement in Kaduna on Monday, kicked against such a plan. According to him, the governors and citizens must avoid any fire brigade approach on any pressing issue bedeviling the country. The ACF argued that rather the authorities should consider the possibility of utilizing volunteers such as ex-servicemen and women, the civilian task force, hunters, and whatever is available to make every inch of Nigeria habitable and peaceful. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo says security challenges have overwhelmed the regime of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. He said this while reacting to the recent attacks on Kaduna-Abuja train, which left no fewer than 7 dead and 21 missing. Obasanjo said the development has shown that Nigerians are not safe, whether in vehicles, trains, or in the aircraft. The former president spoke to at his Otta residence while receiving a People's Democratic Party presidential aspirant, Dr. Ugochukwu Williams, and his team. The former president, who admitted that the present regime has been overwhelmed by the security situation in the country, however, cautioned Nigerians not to allow themselves be overwhelmed.
The situation we are in the country today is not a situation where one man would say, yes, I have the solution, unless we are deceiving ourselves. And I believe that we need to sit down collectively, look at the situation. A situation where the train, you are not safe on the road, you are not safe in the train, you are not safe at the airport. Then what remains? And that is a very, very serious situation. All right-thinking Nigerians must know that we have a situation that has overwhelmed the present administration. But we should not allow that situation to overwhelm Nigeria.
Still on security, 12 members of the Irigwe ethnic group were reportedly killed and 19 cows belonging to Fulani herders were on Saturday night killed in separate attacks in the villages of Bassa local government area of Plateau State. According to the National Publicity Secretary of Irigwe Development Association, Davidson Mallison, the attacks were launched in Kando and Retivo villages of Bassa, where members of the group were observing the annual cultural festival. He accused the Fulani of being responsible for the attack. The State Secretary of Gan Allah Fulani Development Association, Ibrahim Gidadu Umar, however, debunked the allegation, adding that the group should not have concluded on who attacked them when investigations on the matter are ongoing. He condemned the attack and called for a quick investigation. The spokesman for the State Police Command, ASP Ubay Gabriel, confirmed the incident but couldn't give the casualty figure. Police in Kano State say operatives have gone down 3 suspected kidnappers and rescued 2 kidnapped victims that were abducted in Katsina village of Tudungwada local government area of the state. The command's public relations officer, SP Abdullahi Haruna Kiawa, said they have also recovered 1 locally made AK-47 rifle with 6 live ammunitions, adding that some angry mob also set one of the kidnappers ablaze. He said gunmen had stormed the residence of Elisha Aminu of Katsina village, Tudungwada local government area, and kidnapped his 2 daughters, Zainab Elisha 18 and Nafisa Elisha 16, before fleeing towards the fringes of Falgore forest. Kiawa added that the bodies of the kidnappers were taken to Tudungwada General Hospital, where they are certified dead, adding that the victims have reunited with their families. Governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, has confirmed that his administration is offering amnesty to agitators in the state. Soludo, who stated this on Sunday, said southeast states, including Anambra, have witnessed a spate of violent attacks in recent, with security operatives bearing the major brunt of the onslaught. This is amid the weekly sit-at-home order on Monday, despite being suspended by the indigenous people of Biafra. Soludo said within the agitation movement, they have to agree that there are now factions. Sunday Ige, an ex-policeman who was retrenched by the Nigeria police force after a ghastly accident rendered him bedridden, has sent out a passionate plea for assistance from the government and police authorities over the Federal Ministry of Housing's plan to evict him from his apartment. Ige, a native of Idoani in the Ose local government area of Ondo State, was involved in an accident in Lagos State in 2001 while on special duty as a mobile police officer. He suffered a spinal cord injury and had one of his legs amputated due to the accident. The 57-year-old explained that he was relieved of his duty as a corporal in the Nigerian police force in 2006, adding that he was paid 225,000 naira in gratuity as a result of his retrenchment due to the accident. He added that he was unable to work or raise money to pay for his house after spending several millions on his health as a result of the injury while on duty. Moving on to politics, Chief Whip of the Senate, Orji Uzor Kalu, has called on the All Progressives Congress National Working Committee to reveal the zoning formula of the party ahead of the 2023 primary elections. He also restated that he will only run for the office of president if the APC zones it to the southeast. Kalu, in a statement issued in Abuja, said making public APC zoning formula has become necessary as it will help to direct aspirants on the right path to follow and in accordance with the demands of the party. A former Abia State governor noted that the pattern used in conducting the last APC convention was commendable and should be emulated in future contests in the party. On the unity of the country, Kalu encouraged Nigerians to do away with tribalism and all factors that prevent the achievement of national unity in the country. Gombe State Governor Inuwa Yahaya has sworn in Justice Joseph Awak as the substantive Chief Judge of Gombe State. Justice Awak emerged as the third Chief Judge to be sworn in since the creation of Gombe State in 1996. Ismail Ibrahim reports.
The appointment of Justice Awak is sequel to the retirement of former acting Chief Judge Muazu Pindiga. Governor Inuwa Yahaya said Justice Awak's appointment was based on merit and not as a Chief Judge to perform his duties diligently.
Honorable Justice Ahmed Awak is known for his sterling qualities befitting of a top-ranking judicial officer. His appointment as the Chief Judge of the state is a culmination of many years of meritorious and selfless service to the judicial arm of government, not just in Gombe State, but also in the Federation as a whole. I have no doubt in my mind that he will discharge his duties in this new role with utmost commitment and integrity, as he has always done for the benefit of our dear state.
Justice Awak promised to ensure justice to victims of rape and vowed to justify the confidence reposed on him as the head of the judicial arm of government.
In fact, being a judge for a very long time, I have been dealing with that cases of rape. I've been given serious attention, and in the course of the discharge of my function, surely meted a very serious punishment on the rapists. And I will equally urge my other brother judges to expeditiously deal with the issue of rape cases, and where persons are found culpable, they should be punished so that it will be served as deterrent to other culprits.
Justice Joseph Ahmed Awak hails from Kaltungo local government area of Gombe South. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. How suspension of Islamic clerics stirs controversy. Do stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. You heard that the federal government has ordered telecommunications operators, including MTN, Globalcom, Airtel, and Nine Mobile, to bar all outgoing calls of subscribers' identification module cards not yet linked with the national identification number, effective today. You also heard that the Nigerian Railway Corporation has said that 200 passengers who boarded the AK9 Abuja-Kaduna train that was attacked by terrorists on March 28, 2022 are currently safe in their various homes. Moving on to health, manufacturers and developers of polyspecific Equitab antivenom, an intervention strategy to eliminate venomous snake bites, says the new treatment neutralizes the venom faster than the previous ones. The anti-snake venom by the Equitab study group in Nigeria, UK and Costa Rica is certified for use in Nigeria, as the developer says federal government and other relevant stakeholders are working to support local production. Trust TV's Aisha Salihu reports.
Over the years, complications from venomous snake bites in Nigeria remained a public health threat due to the high cost of anti-snake venoms. This narrative has now changed since the development of a polyvalent ASV Equitab Plus ICP by a Nigerian co-developer, Professor Nasidi Abdusalam, who says the product is more effective and reduces complications from venomous snake bites, while urging the government to intervene in local production.
It is highly specific. This Equitab, we use between 1 to 2 vials for any bite, as compared to the previous one where you need up to 8, 10, at times 20 vials. All over the world, where the victims are mostly poor people, farmers, hunters, herders, government must always come in to subsidize, because it affects food production for the nation. So there must be subsidy. And luckily, some states are subsidizing, federal government is subsidizing, and so federal government is now, really serious in getting to support us to produce the antivenom locally in Nigeria. And we have the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Investment, and the Ministry of Health are fully supporting, and then Central Bank has joined.
Similarly, the former Minister of Health, Tim Menakaya, asked the government to eradicate the loss of lives by victims of snake bites through encouraging local production and subsidization of products.
I can remember number of farmers that get bitten by snakes and they die. I know what it is. When the person producing food for you dies, what do? All right? You're already inviting hunger to come in. But when it was discovered, we found that the efficiency of the anti-snake venom was more than 100,000 times more than whatever we buy from outside. What was needed was to encourage those who produce it.
Most of the snake bite victims are peasant farmers and children who can barely afford out-of-pocket payment of treatment. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
The Mosque Committee of Apo Legislative Quarters, Abuja, has suspended its chief imam, Sheikh Nuru Khalid, over a sermon he delivered on Friday. Sheikh Khalid, in the sermon, flared the government over its failure to tame the escalating insecurity and killings in the country. In the sermon, the imam hinted at some measures that the electorate should devise if the authorities fail to protect their lives. In a statement, the chairman of the Mosque Committee, Senator Saeed Ansadao, said that the committee suspended the embattled imam over the sermon that it deemed to incite public outrage. The committee maintained that the Sheikh's sermon negated the tenets of Islam. Malam Muhammad has been appointed to deliver Ramadan tafsir, while Malam Abdullahi will be leading Friday prayers. Speaking on Sunday, the Sheikh said he was unperturbed, adding that he learned about his suspension in the media. He vowed to continue speaking the truth and challenge those who perceived his sermon as inciting to show evidence.
People are dying. Our roads are not secured. Most of the parts of the country is not secured. And the government is always telling us what we don't understand, that they are doing their best. And we deserve more than that, their best. That is what I always say. Yes, you said you are doing your best, but we as citizens are saying that we deserve more than that your best, because we want a secured Nigeria. And what you are now telling us, that your concern is all about 2023 election. And what I'm advising the citizens to do is to send a message that yes, we are going to vote in 2023, but under condition that there must be security in Nigeria. Period to that, we are not going out to vote anything. If that's the only language you understand, we're gonna speak it.
The widespread and persistent crude oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the Niger Delta have led to serious revenue deficit for Nigeria and also exposed the dysfunction and institutional weakness in the country. In this special report, Trust TV takes a look at the implication of this twin effect on the economy and the way forward. The report.
According to statistics presented at a meeting in Abuja between the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Oil Producers Trade Sector, and the Independent Petroleum Producers Group, the country lost $3.2 billion to crude oil theft between January 2021 and February 2022. A professor of economy at the Rivers State University, Port Harcourt, Ayodele Mahamadou, identified oil theft as part of failure of government, adding that crude oil theft strive due to collusion among security officials, the communities, political leaders, and criminal elements.
Nigeria, as a country, operates as though it doesn't have citizens. Nobody is taking ownership of the country. If people take ownership of the country, they will protect the country. There is a disconnect between Nigeria as a nation and the citizens.
On his part, a security expert, Colonel Chinedu Ohunda, says the capacity of security agencies should be improved to manage involvement of host communities in the menace. He says scrutinization of oil pipeline is yet to be fully embedded into the security architecture of Nigeria.
All hands must be on deck to fight this obnoxious creature that we have created for ourselves, because right from the local government, the state, and the federal government, they are all involved.
The stealing of crude oil illegal refinery in Rivers State is responsible for increased cases of SARS in the state. Governor Wike says he is determined to fight illegal bunkering due to its dangers to residents of the state.
I have declared this fight as a war against terrorism. I will treat them more than Boko crime, because they are stealing our economy and killing our people. They are not only stealing the oil, by the way you are doing, our people are cancer, all kinds of sicknesses.
Acting Force Public Relations Officer of the Nigerian Police, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, assures that the police will not tolerate any personnel aiding criminal activities, such as economic sabotage.
We will not cover any of our men, or officers, or men of the police who are found wanting one way or the other.
In January 2017, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, embarked on a tour of the Niger Delta region. During the visit, which was to appreciate the ecological challenges facing the oil-rich but underdeveloped region, Professor Osibanjo sued for the integration of arsenals and modular refineries into the oil and gas sector.
We're very confident that the integration of artisanal and modular refinery operations into the oil and gas sector will not only promote the inclusion of more local content in the industry, it will advance the use of homegrown technology in the refining of petroleum products.
The special advisor to the Presidential and Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Etta Enang, suggested at the gathering that government should regularize modular and artisanal refinery to boost the economy.
These refined products are going into our generators, going into our systems, and we still call it illegal refining. But they are driving our cars, we still call it illegal refining. The people are feeding from it, we still call it illegal artisanal refining.
Most of the diesel we use in this country today is from Bofire. It didn't start today. Even before government said the Bofire has been, whether it's Bofire, I don't really know whether it's Bo or Bo, they call it. It's been on for a very long time.
Economy expert wants the federal government to urgently acquire technology that can monitor oil and gas pipelines across the country to prevent sabotage of oil installation.
On the foreign scene, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on Sunday insisted that Russia is committing genocide in his country. Zelensky described the Russian invasion of Ukraine as involving the torture of the whole nation, adding that they wanted to destroy all Ukrainians. Speaking to CBS News, Zelensky said Ukrainians did not want to be subdued by Russia and were being exterminated as a result. This comes after images had earlier emerged of Ukrainian civilians lying dead on the streets of Bucha, with residents saying the victims were killed by Russian soldiers without any apparent provocation. Bucha's mayor, Anatoly Fedoruk, has said that more than 300 residents had been killed. And finally, in sports, Napoli director Cristiano Guintoli shrugged off the controversy surrounding Nigerian international Victor Osimhen's late return to Italy following his involvement with the Super Eagles during the recent international break. The striker was in action for Nigeria during the World Cup playoff against Ghana as the three-time African champions failed to secure their spot in the upcoming finals in Qatar. The 23-year-old missed second-place Napoli's 3-1 victory against Atalanta as they continue their quest to end their 3 decades wait to win the Serie A title. The former Lille forward is the last of his Nigerian teammates to return to their respective clubs following the Qatar 2022 heartbreak, and his absence raised eyebrows among the club fans. As detailed by LA Gazette dello Sport, Napoli wanted to verify Osimhen's arrival in Naples on Saturday morning, but that didn't happen. With that, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Darshan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.